Hey friends, welcome back to another flow with me. I'm Aiden. I'll be running you through a full body advanced flow on the reformer today. All we're gonna be needing is our circle, our magic circle. How exciting. We are gonna be starting on 2 reds and 1 blue. And then when you're ready, you're gonna meet me on your back, lying down. You can just rest your circle down right beside your carriage so that it's easy access when we start to use it, which is right away. So lying down onto your back, head on the headrest, heels can start onto the foot bar there. Arms can either just rest to your sides or maybe out towards the sides into a T with your palms facing up, arms just kind of dangle there. And you're just going to begin to sway your knees from one side to the other, releasing through your lumbar spine. Maybe even looking to the opposite direction of your knees, warming up that cervical spine. Good. Back through center. We're going to stretch and reach our arms up towards the ceiling. Find length through those arms. And we're going to keep those arms shoulder width apart, palms rotate in. We're going to start to stretch and reach the right arm up towards the ceiling. We're reaching for that top shelf. The shoulder should lift up. And then lower the shoulder back down into the carriage. We'll then stretch and reach that left arm up towards the ceiling. We're reaching for that top shelf. And then lower the shoulder back down. So we're getting space within the shoulder. Feeling that stretch, and then we're connecting the shoulder back down into the carriage, feeling that anchor point. And then we'll stretch and reach the opposite, feeling that big stretch, and then lowering it back down. Good. Just warming up those shoulders for what they're going to get into today. Okay, we'll just do one more. Good. Back down with the shoulders, but keep your arms reaching up towards the ceiling. We're going to glue our palms together, lock out those arms. You're going to start to pour weight into the right shoulder, lift the left shoulder up off the carriage. Your hands are staying in heart center, so your hands are tick-tocking towards the right. And then pour weight across the back into the left shoulder, pick up the right shoulder, tick-tock the arms towards the left. Good. So what you're getting right now is an upper thoracic rotation. It's not a very big rotation here, so don't make it any bigger than it is. Let's just do one more on each side. Good. Back through center. Beautiful. We're going to reach for that magic circle there. We're going to bring our hands on either side of the handles. Take a scooch away from your shoulder blocks so you're not even touching your shoulder blocks there with those shoulders. We're then going to stretch and reach our arms up towards the ceiling, find length through the arms. And then we're going to stretch and reach one leg up towards the ceiling, pike it up, and then stretch the other leg up towards the ceiling, pike it up. Legs are together, point through your toes, stretch through your quads, and then squeeze into your quads. I want you to squeeze those lower abdominals, so between your 2 hip bones, push down and in, so you can stabilize the pelvis, but also keep those legs lifted. We're going to inhale to prep. Exhale, push out of your back ribs, imprint your lower back, lift your head, neck, and shoulders up, reach for your feet, look through your quads there. And then inhale, lower back down from there. Good. Exhale, push out of your back ribs, imprint your lower back, lift your head, neck, and shoulders up, reach for your feet, look to your thighs, and then lower back down. So we're really coming into a huge C shape of our spine and a huge scoop of the belly. Now, when you're coming up, I want you to think about shining your heart toward your hips and really pulling your abdominals tight within the spine. They have nowhere else to go but down and inward. Okay, thinking about even down and inward, potentially spreading it wide to the sides there. Now, at any point, you could always take the circle out, just rest it at your sides, and bring your hands behind your head if you need that support today, making sure that your hands are a basket and you're not letting that neck take on the weight. If not, you're keeping those hands with that circle reaching up towards the ceiling. Good. You got 3 more like this. Nice for 2. And 1, we'll hold at the top. We're going to start to stretch and reach the right leg out over the foot bar. Pike it back up and then lower the head back down. Good. Lift up to scoop. Extend and reach the left leg out over the foot bar. Pike it back up and then lower the head back down from there. Good. Okay, now when the leg reaches out over the foot bar there, you want to think about keeping your lower back completely down. So if your lower back starts to lift up, good, when the leg reaches down, lessen your range, okay? Honor your body and where you're at. You're going to thrive there. Okay, another thing to think about is now you're working into those lower abdominals. So you're thinking about between your two hip bones, pushing down and in and squeezing that space, just like we talked about before. Good, so when the leg reaches out over the foot bar, you're feeling well supported. Good. Okay, now that we've started to extend one leg out over the foot bar, you're more than welcome to keep your head down and just extend one leg out and pike it back up. Honor your body and where you're at today. Maybe today's a little bit different than yesterday, and that's okay. Good, if you're looking for a next challenge here, the next time you come up into your scoop, you extend both your legs out over the foot bar, pike it back up, and then lower the head back down from there. Good, lift to scoop, hold, double leg extension out over the foot bar, pike it back up, and then lower back down from there. So this one's even a little bit more challenging because you're doing double legs. When both the legs reach out over the foot bar, it's harder to keep that lower back down. So you might have to lessen your range. That's okay. Okay, we're gonna go 3 more like this. And then we're gonna stay lifted to challenge ourselves. Last one, we stay lifted, we hold. Double leg extension, double arm extension behind our head. Okay, so as the feet go out over the foot bar, the arms go behind the head, but you're gonna stay lifted up into your scoop. Now this one's harder to keep that lower back down, okay? Less in your range. No need to go all the way out over the foot bar. Don't need to touch it. You have 4, and then we're gonna stay lifted for 3, for 2, last one, pike it up and hold, reach for your feet, little pulses, reach, scoop that belly a little bit deeper every single time, exhale every single time you reach. Let's go 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We lower all the way back down. Nice job, guys. Maybe sway your knees from one side to the other. Maybe sway your head from the opposite side of the knees, just to relieve that neck. All right, back through center here. Connect both your heels to the foot bar hip width apart, okay? Hands are gonna stay on the handles there of the circle, and we're gonna reach those arms up towards the ceiling. Stamp your shoulder blades down in towards the carriage. Pay attention to your pelvis. We're gonna do some pelvic rocks. So we're gonna rock the pelvis forward, arch the lower back, stick the tailbone firmly into the carriage. And then rock your pelvis in towards you, imprint your lower back, scoop at the core. Feel your tail pick up. Good, rock your pelvis away from you, arch the back, stick the tail. And then rock your pelvis in towards you, imprint your lower back, scoop at the core, lift the tail. One more time and then we'll start to peel up. So rock away, arch. And then rock it in, scoop, imprint, scoop, tail lifts up. Feel that connection first. Then start to peel the lower back, the middle back, the upper back, and then we hold at the top into our glute bridge. From there, tuck your tail, scoop your belly, and melt your spine back down into the carriage, 1 vertebrae at a time. Last to be the tail, it unravels. Maybe you want to arch the back, stick the tailbone firmly into the carriage again, rock it back in, imprint, tuck the tail, lift the lower back, middle back, upper back, and then we hold at the top into that glute bridge. I always like to rock away. It feels like I can get into that scoop a little deeper. And then scoop that belly around that back, articulate that spine all the way back down and unravel that tail. Good job, guys. Okay, now when you're coming up to the top and you hold it, we're looking for that alignment. We're looking for that firm connection. So you want to think about your knee bones lining up with your hip bones, lining up with your low ribs, okay? Not your upper ribs, your low ribs. Okay, so we're not skyrocketing those hips up to the ceiling. Okay, I want you to think about sliding those ribs down and in, drawing into that core, and then tightening up through the glutes, like you're hitting a brick wall. Feel that nice firm connection at the top. Good. Keep digging those heels into the foot bar. Keep pushing those knees up and over the foot bar as well. It's on a little bit of a lighter spring load, so it might feel like you want to push out a little bit more and push the carriage away. So trying to keep that carriage still. Let's go 2 more like this, and then we're going to hold the lift. The next time you come up to the top, you're going to hold the lift. We're going to hinge from the hips flat back. We lower the bum and the back down together in unison, and then we lift back up with control. Good. We lower the bum and the back down together in unison, and then we lift back up with control. Lower down with resistance, lift up with control. Good. So we don't want to be chaotic with those hips. We always want to be controlling our body and controlling the carriage, and that goes for almost every single movement. I don't know why I said almost every single movement. It goes for every single movement. Good. Find your breath. We inhale as we lower. Exhale as we lift. And as we exhale, we get that firm connection at the top. Ribs pull in, core pulls in, tighten up through those glutes. Good. You have 4 more like this, and then we're going to stay lifted. And then we change it up again. For 3. Nice. For 2. And 1, we hold the top, we go halfway down this time, and then we lift back up. Halfway down, lift back up. So we're not going into a pulse, we're going halfway down, resisting that urge to come all the way down. We open up the glute, and then we take it right away. Good. You have 4, and then we're gonna make that a combo. For 3, find your breath. For 2, good. And 1, we hold at the top. We lower down all the way up, halfway down, all the way up, all the way down, all the way up, halfway down. So it's every other one, you're going halfway down. And every other one, you're going all the way down. That's your combo here. Just burn out those glutes. You have 4. For 3, you got this. For 2. And last one, we hold at the top there. Now we lower the bum down an inch, lift up an inch, little pulses. Dig into those heels, draw into that core. Good, you have 8. For 7. For 6, you got this. For 4. For 3. For 2. And 1, we lower all the way back down. Nice job, guys. Rock your knees from one side to the other. Potentially reach just one leg up to the ceiling and then the other leg up towards the ceiling just to get a quick little stretch. But then we're gonna lay that circle down onto our chest. We're gonna reach behind us and grab a hold of our straps. We're gonna go into a heavy feet and straps series here. So from here, you're gonna kick off your bar with both of your heels, okay? Take one strap on one foot, the middle of the arch there. Okay, and then put tension into that foot, put the other strap on the other foot. If you're wiggled up into your shoulder blocks a lot, please get just shimmy away from them so you're not shoved up into them. Okay, and then you're gonna place that circle in between the inners of the shins right below the ankle bone. Okay, so that's a little bit closer to you than it is towards the heel. Okay, give a light little squeeze that circle and then kick those legs out to a 45-degree angle out over your foot bar. If you find that this is way too heavy, adjust it to maybe 2 reds, 1 yellow, or maybe just 2 reds, okay? So on your body where you're at here. Arms reach down to your sides, shoulders are down and back. Pull the ribs together, down and in. You might have that little space in your lower back. You might not, but your tailbone is firmly sticking down into the carriage there, keeping that pelvis neutral. Okay, now from here, flex into those feet. We inhale, bend your knees just to tabletop, no further. Exhale, we press those legs back out onto your 45-degree angle out over your foot bar. Inhale, we bend. Exhale, we extend. We're keeping a slight little squeeze of that circle, so we want to keep contact with the circle the whole time. Good, we don't just squeeze it fully, okay? Just a light little squeeze to make contact with those inner thighs. Now, as you're coming in, I try not to imprint that lower back, okay? We want to keep that tiny little space, or what it feels like the tiniest little space underneath our lower back. We're not necessarily arching, but we're not completely pressing that lower back down, okay? You want to feel that tailbone rooted the whole time so you can stay pushing through your glutes, okay? When we imprint that lower back as we drive the knees in, the next time you press the legs back out, you're most likely pressing through that lower back and not your glutes, and we want to stay in those glutes. Good. Think about pressing all four corners of your feet against the wall when you drive out. And as you push through all four corners, through your heel, up the leg, into the quads, hamstrings, glute, you're going to feel way more stronger through this specific movement. Good. Let's find our breath and let's find our core. So we're going to inhale through the nose as we come in to fill up the lungs. Exhale through the mouth like you're breathing out through a straw or pursed lips as you press out. And as you exhale, you draw your core in from the bottom to the top. So think about between your two hip bones, pushing down and in and squeezing that space, and then zipping back and up all the way to those low ribs. So you're not neglecting anything. Okay. The next time you press out, add a squeeze to this, and then we come back in. Good, we press out, hold the legs, squeeze a circle, release, and then come back in. You got this. Find your breath, find your core. Good. Utilize that breath in the core alongside your movement, and you will feel so much stronger through it. Good, you got 4 more like this, and then we're gonna hold the extension. I'm gonna switch it up on you. For 3. Nice, for 2. This is feeling so heavy today for me. Okay, last one, hold the extension of the legs. Do a small external rotation of the toes, not too wide, just to the top corners here. Keep contact with that circle. We inhale, bend your knees out wide, pull the circle to pelvis, froggy. Exhale, we kick it back out, driving through the heel, up the leg, into those quads, hamstrings, and glutes. Good. When you're ready, add that squeeze at the top there. So we push, hold, squeeze, release, and then come back in. Woo! Take as many breaks as you need to, honor your body where you're at today, okay? You have 5 more like this. Good. For 4. For 3. Feeling it a lot in those inner thighs. For 2. Last one, hold the extension of the legs. Now, internally rotate your toes, knees, hips in. Externally rotate your toes, knees, hips out. Internally rotate, externally rotate. You want to kind of feel your hip in the socket, hip socket there, roll around. It's internally rotating, it's externally rotating. Woo! Keep driving through those legs. Let's go for 3, and then we're gonna pulse it out for 2. 1, internally rotate your toes in, squeeze and release that circle for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Woo! Okay, bring that circle in, maybe stretch those legs up to the ceiling, just quick times. Maybe open the legs to V. That might feel nice too, just a quick little release there. Take an inhale. Exhale, let it go. Good. All right, we'll tuck those knees in, take those straps off of your feet, connect your feet back to the foot bar there. Hook up your straps. Maybe you wanna just quickly sway your knees from one side to the other. If that feels nice, maybe you wanna extend those legs up to the ceiling, just quickly, kind of driving that heel bone up, feeling that stretch in the back of the knee. All right, we're gonna move right along here. Okay, so we're gonna bring ourselves up and turn to the right of our carriage there. So up, turn to the right. Okay, we are keeping our circle. You can just rest it beside your machine. Okay, we are gonna change this to 1 yellow spring. Take off the rest. Okay, and before we get moving, we're gonna bring yourself up and come in front of our foot bar and bring the foot bar all the way down. Okay, come back to the right side of your machine where you have your circle. And then I'm gonna get you to turn in towards your carriage. So you're right in front of your coils there, ready to do like a side standing serious, but that's not exactly what we're doing. Just prepping yourself for that. Now, from here, you're in front of your platform, you're in front of your springs, okay? You're gonna take your right foot up onto the platform. All your weight's gonna go into that platform foot as you step up, and then rest your left foot lightly onto the carriage because it is a lighter spring load. We never wanna put all of our weight onto the carriage unless we're doing a specific movement. Now, your feet are in the midline. Okay, you're gonna shift all your weight into your right foot for a second and then lift your left heel up, point your toes, or lift your left heel up, tuck your toes. Now, from here, extend and lock out your left leg. Don't move it ever again. I'm just kidding. Just don't move it for right now. Now, bring your hands but either side of that circle, elbows wing out towards the sides, gaze in front of you. Roll your shoulders back and down your back, pull your ribs and your core in, okay? Now from here, we're gonna inhale to prep, exhale, bend your right knee, slide the carriage away with that left leg as we hinge forward, flat back. Our weight is staying in that right leg. And then inhale, come back up with control. Good, exhale, we bend the standing knee as we slide the carriage out, send that bum back into space as we hinge forward, flat back. And then we inhale, come back up with control. Good. So your goal is to keep that weight in your standing leg, the platform leg. You wanna feel like your right hip is kind of pushing against a wall the whole time, like you're making contact with it the whole time. That way you can keep that hip stable above the ankle there, and it's not coming with us as we glide the left leg out towards the back of the carriage there. Nice. Now, when you're hinging forward, okay, you're gazing down on a diagonal towards the floor. Okay, we're not completely letting our back go and going lower than our hips. You're keeping like a 45-degree angle of your spine when you hinge forward. Draw that core up and in towards your spine because whenever you are hinging forward, you're vulnerable in that lower back. You're also vulnerable with your balance. So core gets brought up and in, spread it wide to help support that balance. Good. Starting to feel that heat build up into that right leg. Take this slow. Let's go 2 more like this, and then we're gonna hold it down there. I'm gonna add on. Next time you go down, you're gonna hold the side lunge. Okay, from there, you're gonna rotate your chest, head, shoulders towards your foot bar. Okay, back through the midline, and then we come back up. Good. We slide down into our side lunge. Okay, we rotate just the shoulders, chest, and head to the foot bar, back through, and all the way up. So you're rotating to the right, essentially, right? Now I want you to think about detaching your ribs from your hips there. Okay, you don't want your hips coming with you in this thoracic rotation. You want to lock out your lower half of your body, stabilize it as you rotate and twist. You want to feel a deep rotation and rib to hip connection through the right side of your body there. Good. If you were to take your hips with you, you'd feel a lot of inner knee pain. You'd feel a lot of back, okay, and not a lot of oblique, okay, and glute. Let's go 2 more like this, and then we're gonna stay down there and just do our thoracic rotation. Okay, the next time we go down, you're gonna hold it, okay? Lock out that lower half. Rotate back to center. Draw your core in. We rotate back to center. Keep that hip above the ankle. Good. You have 4, and then we're gonna hold it. For 3, feel that heat building up into that right thigh. For 2, last one, hold your rotation. Now we sink down into a pulse, lift up into a pulse. So you're bending that right knee a little bit more, you're sliding that left leg out a little bit more into your pulse. For 8, for 7, for 6, and then we're gonna come up. For 5, for 4, keep that knee tracking in line with your toes. For 3, for 2, and 1. We pull all the way up. Whoo! Do a quick little shake. Okay, but from here, you're gonna rotate your left foot towards the back of the carriage. Okay, then you're gonna rotate your right foot, okay? Prepping for our rear facing lunges here. Now your left foot should be in line with your left hip. So if it's not, please scooch it over so it is in alignment. And then your right foot is in line with your left hip. Hands are on the circle, reach your arms down towards your pelvis, okay? Look in front of you, roll your shoulders back and down your back, kind of lock out into your lats, pull your ribs and your core in. And then I'm just gonna get you to push your right hip forward. Left hip pulls back a little bit so you can square off the hip bones. So look down, see if you can square off those hip bones, okay? From there, we're gonna inhale to prep, exhale. Bend your front knee, keep it over the ankle as you slide away through that back leg. Hinge forward, flat back, draw your core in. Good. From there, we dig into that front foot, keep it over that knee, over that ankle as we glide the carriage back in like we're pulling up. Good. Exhale, we bend deep into that front leg, slide that back leg down and out. Hinge forward, flat back. And then we pull everything back up and in. Let's add some arms here. So as we go out into our arabesque lunge or tippy bird lunge, we sweep the arms up above our head, long line. Good. We pull the arms back into pelvis, look in front of us, and pull the carriage back home. Okay? You want to think about where your base is in a movement. Okay? Where's your base right now? Your base is your feet. Primarily, the base is the front foot here. She's keeping a lot of the weight in it, right? So by keeping the weight in that foot, you're in control of the balance and control of your carriage. The energy goes through the foot, up the leg, up the rest of your body, through the crown of the head, and it feels like you're getting pulled up. And then when you're out there in your lunge, okay, you're grounded by those feet. Good. So by digging into them a little bit more, you feel a lot more grounded. Good. So now that we've started to move here, what are your hips doing? Have your hips started to open up towards the right? Okay. Or are both of our hip bones checking forward? That foot that's on the carriage, can you spread your toes a little bit wider? Spread the ball of your foot, heavy into that heel. Good. Remember, when we're hinging forward, we're drawing that core in. Let's go 2. And then we're going to stay out there. We're going to go into our scooter. Last one, we hold it out there. Keep that front leg bent, stable. Back leg bends into the well. Slide the carriage in, pull the circle to chest. Exhale, extend that back leg, push and stretch those arms forward. So you're staying on that diagonal with your chest here, or with your spine. Keeping that front leg stable, not moving it. Back leg is doing the work by bending and extending. Arms are bending, extending as well. Good. Keep that core tight up into your spine to help support the balance and staying centered through your body. Let's go 3, and then we're going to hold it out there in our lunge. For 2. Good. Last one. Hold the extension of your back leg, okay, for a second. Hold your front leg stable, inner bend. Now, from here, keeping the carriage stable, don't move it. Bend your back knee down into the well. Lift your chest up, so 90-90 lunge. From there, extend both your legs all the way up. Good, then bend deep into both your knees, 90-90. Extend all the way up. Good, so your carriage is not moving. Act like you're on a mat right now, okay? If you were doing this on a mat, you can't move, right? You're just bending and extending those legs. Good, zip up through your core. You have 3. Nice, for 2. Last one, we hold it down there, little pulses, finish it off strong. Draw that core in. You have 8, 7, for 6, for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, and 1. We pull it in. Whoo, good. Do a little quick fold forward, carefully. And then rest your circle down onto your carriage, crouch down, and bring your knees onto the carriage there. Good. Maybe just do a quick little send back with that bum. Arms reach forward, inhale, exhale, let it go. All right. Now from here, we're gonna come onto our bum, facing the back of the carriage, so facing the same direction we're facing. Okay, extend your legs long through the shoulder blocks. Feet or heels are hanging off of the headrest there. Now from here, okay, if you wanna cross one ankle over the other, that's good. If you wanna do that, then you're crossing the right ankle over the left just to start off with. Okay, now from here, We are going to rest the circle down onto our legs. I'm going to turn it so the handles are up and down. Okay, and then I'm going to reach for my straps and go short loops here. Have the option for long loops if needed. But I'm going to grab those short loops and bring them into my hands. Dangle the straps off to the side. Then I'm going to bring my hands onto the outside of the circles there, shoulder width apart, and then stretch those arms in front of us, okay, or front of your chest. Now, sit up tall. We're going to go into our rollbacks on a very light spring load here. So we're going to take this very slow. We're going to roll your shoulders back and down your back, pull your ribs and your core in, heavy through your legs, okay? We're going to inhale to prep, exhale, tuck in your tail, roll off your sit bones, scoop your belly round your back to wherever you feel comfortable going, then scoop your belly round your back, push through your sit bones, and erect your spine back up towards the ceiling. Good again. So tuck in your tail, roll off your sit bones, scoop your belly, round your back. Good. You're only going as far as you feel comfortable going, and then scoop your belly, round your back, and then push through your sit bones to erect your spine back up towards the ceiling. Now, when you're rolling back there, I want you to think about shining your heart towards your hips and really pulling your abdominals tight within the spine. They have nowhere else to go but down and inward. And then I want you to think about those lower abdominals. Okay, so between your two hip bones, push down and in and squeeze that space to help support bringing the rest of the core in, but also to support your roll back. Okay, let's go 3 more like this. Nice for 2. Keep those arms long, don't pull them. The next time you roll back, don't go all the way back, maybe halfway, 3/4 the way back. We're gonna pull the arms straight up above our head, behind our head, like on a diagonal. Arms come back in front of our chest, and then we roll back up from there. Good. So we roll back, hold, stretch and reach the arms up above the head, behind that head. Good. Bring it back in front of us and then roll back up. Good. So if you're finding that's a lot when the arms start to reach up, lessen your range. That's okay. Like if you're feeling the shaky wakies already, okay, maybe just lessen your range of your spine. So maybe you're halfway back, maybe you're just 1/4 of the way back. Good. Still getting that ab engagement or the core engagement there. Okay, but less to control. Good. As the arms come up above the head, I want you to think about gliding those shoulder blades down your back. So the traps and the shoulders aren't coming up into your neck and into your ears there. The next time you roll back, you're going to hold the roll back. Just your arms go back and forward. Okay, always have the option to go long loops if you need to. But we're gonna start 2. Next time your arms reach behind you, hold it. Pick up your right leg and hover it, like halfway. From there, arms come forward, bring the shin up towards a circle. You meet circle to shin halfway through. Stretch the arms behind your head, stretch the leg forward. Good, tap the circle to shin, shin to circle. Reach the arm, reach the leg. Wow, this one's hard to talk and do at the same time. Good, you got it. Let's go 4 more like this, and then we're gonna hold the reach. For 3. For 2, keep that core pulled in. Last one, pull the arms up, just the leg goes up and down for 5. For 4, hip flexor is on for 3. For 2. And 1, lower the foot, bring yourself up to a straight spine, arms reach in front of you. Okay, quickly, we're gonna take a quick little break there, okay? And then we're gonna roll back again, halfway down. Okay, now from here, left foot should be up, okay? We're gonna stretch and reach. The arms behind our head, left leg reaches long. Okay, pull the left leg up, tap the circle to shin halfway through. Reach the arms, reach the leg. Good, pull halfway through. Good, so you're hinging or you're moving from your hip and you're moving from your shoulders here. Lots is going on alongside that core. Let's go 3. Nice for 2, and then we're gonna hold the arms up. Last one, hold the arms up, reach that leg long, lift it up, lower it down. So that leg lifts up and lowers down for 5. Use those lower abdominals for 4, for 3, for 2, and 1. Lower the foot down, roll the leg down. Rest that circle down onto your chest, and then lean forward, take an inhale. Exhale, let it go. Woo! I love it. All right, so hook up your straps there. I'm getting humbled with you, okay? You're not alone. Good, unless you're not humbled, then props to you. Okay, so from here, we're gonna step off to the right side of our carriage. We're still facing the back of the carriage, so we're gonna turn to the right, step off your carriage, and we're gonna go the opposite side with those lunges. Okay, so stand up, turn in to face your carriage. So we're coming in front of our platform and coils here. We're gonna go into our second side, okay? So we're gonna step the left foot up onto the platform in the midline, and then shift all your weight into that left foot. Step yourself up and lightly rest your right foot onto the carriage there. Okay, we're gonna tuck our right toes and lift our heel, locking out that right leg this time. Now, from here, hands are on either side of that circle. Elbows are gonna bend, pull the circle in towards your chest and belly. Let's roll your shoulders back and down your back, pull your ribs and core in, okay? And then from here, we're gonna inhale to prep, exhale, bend deep into that left knee, slide that right leg down and out, okay? As we hinge forward, flat back, push that bum back into space like you're sitting on a chair. And then we pull everything back up. Good, digging into that left foot. Good, inhale, exhale, we bend deep into that left knee, slide that right leg out inside. Good, send that bum back, hinge forward, flat back, and then we pull everything back up and in. Good. I want you to think about keeping your left hip like it's pushing against a wall the whole time. You're stabilizing that hip so it doesn't go anywhere. It doesn't come along with us through the carriage. It stays above the ankle, and it feels that pressure and connection of the side of the glute. Good. Now, when you're hinging forward, like I said on the other side, you're hinging forward to maybe like a 45-degree angle. So you're halfway. You're looking down, but on a diagonal here. So not straight down to the floor, straight forward and down, okay? Core gets brought up and in to help support that. And then we pull everything back up and in. Good. This side is gonna feel a lot more intense just because we've already worked the legs, especially on the other side and in those lunges. Good. Keep that pressure building up into that left leg. We don't want to let go of that pressure because we're building up the tension into that left leg, into that left glute. You got it. Let's go 2 more like this. Take your time, you're in no rush. Good. The next time that we go down into that side lunge, we'll hold. Okay, we're gonna rotate towards the left with our chest, head, shoulders, back through center, and then we glide back up. So remember, we're keeping our hips very still, and we're disconnecting our ribs from our hips as we add in that rotation towards the left, so towards your foot bar there. But I want you to look not towards the floor, but towards the wall beside you. You got it. Now, if you find that your hips really want to rotate with you and you're looking towards that wall, maybe that is a sign that you lessen your rotation, because when you lessen your rotation, your hips are not going to want to pull with you, okay? We haven't got there yet in our spine, and that's okay, okay? The more practice we have with our rotations, okay, the bigger our rotations get, just like anything else. Good. You're going to go 3 more like this. Nice for 2, and then we're gonna hold it down there. Last one, hold it down there, just your rotation. So you're stabilizing your lower half of your body and you're rotating your thoracic spine. Good, feeling that rib to hip connection on the left side of your body. Find your breath. Good, inhale, center, exhale, rotation for 4. For 3, sink a little lower. For 2. And 1, rotate and hold the rotation. Sink down into a pulse, lift up into a pulse. Sink down into a pulse, lift up into a pulse. So you're bending your left knee deeper, you're sliding that right leg out a little bit more as you sink into that pulse. For 6, woo, for 5, you got this. For 4, you're not alone. For 3, for 2, and 1, we'll pull ourselves all the way up, woo, okay? Then from there, rotate your right foot to face the back of the carriage. Then you can rotate everything else, okay? So both toes are rotated to the back. Now your right foot should be in line with your right hip, so scooch it over, it's not. And then your left foot should be in line with your left hip there, okay? Now, back heel stays lifted, toes are tucked, front foot is flat, spread your toes, spread the ball of your foot. Circle, reach it down towards our pelvis, roll your shoulders back and down your back, pull your ribs and your core in. This time I want you to push your left hip forward, right hip slightly comes back so you can square off those hips. All right, we're gonna inhale to prep, exhale, bend deep into your front knee, keep that knee over the ankle as you slide away with that back leg. Hinge forward, flat back, arms reach up above our head, long line. Good, and then we slowly come back up and in. Good, digging into that front foot. We're keeping that tension build up in that front foot. Good, now when you're hinging forward, remember, we're drawing that core in to help support our hinge, our balance, our centering within the movement. Good, and on another note, for a lighter spring, and I should have said this on the other side, but by keeping the knee over the ankle, you know that when the carriage gets pulled in, your body isn't coming forward first or coming back first, then the carriage, your body and the carriage are coming in together because you're controlling the carriage and you're controlling your body. Good, if I was to pull my body back first and lean into my back leg, I'm just gonna like lock out, or not lock out that knee, but buckle the knee there, and it's not gonna feel very good. So slowing it down, finding your control, keeping tension build up in that front leg, keeping that knee over the heel. Now that we've started moving, okay, what are your hips doing? Have your hips started to open up, or are they staying facing forward? So adjust yourself if needed. Okay, let's go 2 more like this. The next time you go out, you're gonna hold it, stabilize that front leg, back leg bends, slides the carriage in, pull the circle into your chest. Back leg pushes away, slide the carriage away, push the arms forward. So you're scootering the arms, you're scootering the legs. Keeping that front leg stable, front leg bent, and all the tension is just building up into that leg, creating so much heat there. Okay, you got this, guys. Let's go 4, and then we're gonna hold it out there. For 3, watch those hips. For 2, last one, we hold it out there. Okay, stabilize the front leg, back leg bends deep into the wells, but the chest lifts up and the carriage stays still. Okay, then from there we extend both your legs, stand up, carriage stays still. Bend both knees, drop down into your 90-90. Extend both legs. Good, squeezing up the leg into those glutes. Good, draw your core in. Find a vocal point. You have 4. Drop that back knee straight underneath the hip. For 3, keep your front knee over that ankle. For 2. Good, last one, let's hold it down there, little pulses, finish it off strong. Draw your core in, dig into those feet. You have 7, for 6, for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, and 1. We stand all the way up, we pull all the way in. Whoo, that was hard to pull all the way in. All right, we hinge forward, or we bend the knees, crouch down. Okay, bring both your knees onto the carriage. Arms reach forward, just take a quick little child's pose. Inhale, exhale, let it go. All right. Now from here, we're gonna come up. Okay, final movement before we get to lie down. So you're gonna take your circle off to the side. We're not gonna use it again. We're gonna keep it on a yellow. Now know that this is gonna be very light and you might wanna change it to a blue, and that's okay, all right? So we'll start on that yellow. We're gonna turn to face our foot bar. We're gonna bring our hands onto the platform, and if you don't have a squish pad there, if you don't have a squishy platform, maybe grab a towel or something, or a blanket, so you can pause this if you need to go get that. But your hands are gonna come shoulder width apart onto the platform, fingertips spread as much as you can. Even though your fingertips might not touch the platform, they are spread, okay? And then from there, tuck your toes against the shoulder block. Good, knees are down to start off with. Now, shoulders are staying over the wrist. We're gonna slide the knees down and back and thrust our hips forward to line up with the rest of our body. So we're in a modified plank here. Now, from here, we pull the ribs and the abs up and in, do a little tuck of the tail, slight little squeeze of the glutes here. Now you're gonna focus on your shoulders. We're gonna act like our shoulders are elevator doors. We're gonna sink the chest down, feel the shoulder blades collide together. Elbows do not bend, okay? And then push out of your hands, open up the elevator doors, open up your shoulder blades. Good, lower the chest down, feel the shoulder blades sink and squeeze together. Good, push out of your hands. Good, like you're pushing the floor away, and we open up that elevator door, okay? You got it. So we're just mobilizing those shoulders for what we're getting into. These are really awesome movements, okay, to help support posture as well. So you can do this at any time. You got 4 more like this. Keep that tail tucked, plug that core in, spread it wide. For 2 and 1, push up and hold it. We're gonna go into our down stretch from here. So we're gonna slide away, so push away through the hands, slide the carriage away, go into your down stretch, keep that tail tucked, and then we'll slide the shoulders back over the wrist, squeeze into that back body. Good, we push away through our chest, shoulders, armpits as we slide the carriage away, getting a stretch within the core, and then we slide back in. This is where you could take it to the blue, if that feels a little bit better for you and more supportive. Honor your body and where you're at today. Okay, another thing you can do is lessen your range. If you go too far out, it might feel like your lower back wants to give out. Good, you have 3 more like this, and then I'm adding on another layer. For 2. And 1. The next time the shoulders come over the wrist, hold it. Keep your elbows tight to the sides. Keep those elbows pointing to the back. We lower the chest down, bending through those elbows, glide them past our ribs, push all the way up, and then slide all the way out. Good, we come in, narrow push up, elbows bend towards the back, glide past our ribs, drop the chest, push all the way up, and then slide all the way out. Good, now it's a narrow push up. So keeping those elbows tight to your side there, okay? And if they feel like they need to go out to the side, lessen your range, okay? You could go down an inch, you could go down halfway, you could go all the way, okay? Let's go 2 more, and then we're just gonna finish it off with push-ups. Next time you come in, just your push-ups here. Good, you got it. Come in, down towards the floor. Feel the shoulder blades squeeze together. Good, push up, push away through your chest, shoulders, armpits. You have 4. Good, for 3. Keep that core up and in, tuck the tail. For 2. And last one, push it up, hold it, send that bum back. Push your hands into either the bar or into the platform, drop the chest. Feel the opening of your chest here. I like to push into what my hands are on. If I push into them, I feel this stretch within the shoulders, within the lats, within the side body. Take an inhale through the nose. Exhale, let it go. Drop the head. All right, guys, we're gonna slide all the way in. Now take it to 1 red, 1 blue, okay? We are gonna bring our bar back up because we're gonna head into our feet and straps for our last movement, and that's our cool down. We've made it, okay? So pull it up, lie down onto your back when you're ready. Of course, grab some water if you need to. Good. And then meet me on your back. Lying down, head on the headrest, heels can connect to the foot bar for a second. Just take a quick little wiggle away and then reach behind you and grab a hold of your right short or long loop, whatever feels best for you. Push off of the foot bar and take that loop onto the bottom of your right foot. We'll stretch and reach that leg up towards the ceiling, finding length through the back of the leg. And again, if you're still shoved up into your shoulder blocks, just take that second to wiggle away from them so that you have those shoulders have space to move and breathe. Have that option to shut down the eyes and come back into the body and back into the breath. Let's take an inhale through the nose. Exhale, let it go. Now this is your cool down, so whatever feels best for you in this moment, you go for it. You don't have to follow along. But we're gonna extend that left leg, so kick it out, and drop your right leg off to the right side, opening up through the inner thigh, the inner of the knee and the hip. Maybe you wanna bend your left knee to get that bigger, deeper stretch within the inner of the thigh. That might feel nice on the body. Okay, take a nice deep breath into the nose. Big sigh out, let it go. And then we're gonna extend that left leg, take that right leg up and over and cross the opposite side, maybe twisting up onto the hip and rotating a little deeper, maybe pulling the leg down, maybe looking to the opposite direction. That might feel nice on our body. We'll take an inhale through the nose. Exhale, let it go. Good, back through center. Stretch it up towards the ceiling and then tuck your knee in. Take that strap off your foot and reconnect your foot back to the foot bar there. We're gonna go to the other side. So grab and hold of our left long or short loop. Bring it onto the bottom of your left foot. Stretch and reach up towards the ceiling to find length. Get that nice big pull through the back of the leg. It is very much needed. Let's take a nice deep breath into the nose. Big sigh out, let it go. Then you can extend your right leg, drop your left leg off to the left side, opening up through the inner thigh. Maybe you want to bend your right knee, that's okay too. Let's take a nice deep breath into the nose. Big sigh out, let it go. Then extend your right leg, take your left leg up and over and cross the opposite side. Maybe you pop up onto the right hip and do more of a rotation here. Maybe you pull the leg down, maybe you look to the other direction, just get a full spinal twist. We'll inhale. Exhale, let it go. Good, we'll come back through center, stretch it up towards the ceiling, tuck the knee in, take that strap off your foot and reconnect your foot back to the foot bar. We'll stretch and reach our arms out towards the sides, palms facing up, arms just dangle, and you're just gonna sway your knees from one side to the other, releasing through your lower half. Maybe even swaying your head from the opposite side of your knees. We'll take one final deep breath into the nose. Big sigh out, let it go. Really honoring our bodies in this very moment for showing up, crushing that workout. You did amazing. You should be proud of yourself. Give yourself a good little clap. You well deserve it. All right, we'll slowly bring ourselves up, or you could lay there if you'd like to. Thank you so much for joining me today. That was so fun and challenging. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did enjoy it, please subscribe, like, and comment, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.